Hi and welcome back to another video. I hope you're having an amazing day. Today we're going to be testing out makeup by Lacura from Aldi, and if you want to know how I got this look from an affordable cheap eyeshadow palette, then please do keep watching. Okay, so straight into the makeup. So the first product which I'm going to test is Lacura Snapshot Ready Foundation Primer, and this looks very similar to the Smashbox Photo Foundation Primer. So I've never tested this primer out, and I've not tested anything similar to it before, so there's nothing I can compare this primer with. But this was $5.99, which was an affordable price. And I mean, it does pretty much look exactly the same as that Smashbox primer. It's like school when it's trying to copy work. It's like, hey Smashbox, can I copy your primer? And the Smashbox, yeah, just don't make it obvious. And you got this. And in all the packaging, I've just realised that they've got the bunny in all of them, so I'm pretty sure it's cruelty free, which is great. So the packaging says, a silky smooth foundation primer that creates a perfect canvas for makeup, blur the look of pores and fine lines. Okay, let's put this in. I don't know if you can tell, my eye bags are really bad at the moment. Right, so it's not sunk into my skin yet, but I don't think it's necessarily gonna sink into it, this primer. It feels quite moisturising and not matte, which I do prefer because I do have oily skin and I wouldn't want a dry face. So that is a very, very good thing. I just wasn't expecting it. And yeah, thumbs up for this. So for first impressions, it's looking pretty good. So when we went to Aldi, we were actually pretty fortunate to get that many products, because the times I do go, they sell out. So I couldn't test out the eyebrow pencil I think they have, because there was none there when I went at all, and then the foundation stick which I needed, there was none my colour, it was more fair colours, so there was no point me getting that. So now I'm going to do a foundation off camera as it's not a Lacura product, and then come back to move on the next product. I did also buy the Lacura Illuminating Primer, but I use the foundation one on me right now. But if you do want me to do a separate review on this, then do let me know in the comments and I will do so. Or I will do an IGTV on Instagram for you. The next product I'm going to use is a Lacura Radiant Concealer in the shade Latte. This was $3.99 and it is similar to the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, which used to be my favourite, but I've not used it in a very, very long time. These stickers, for me, are really hard to like take off. Right, so unpackaging this product, I've just seen the warning description and it says, if irritation occurs, please discontinue use. Yeah, I feel really bad for my skin, but it's alright, it's so cool. Wow, it really looks like the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, literally all the way, but it's not. Let's just give this guy a go. Do you just love new products? Okay, so I'm just going to put this under my eyes, hope it gets rid of my dark circles. I feel like this is going to be something which you guys will be more curious of, and it fits perfectly there, so let's just see how it blends. So I'm just blending it onto my cheek first. It's doing an alright job, I think. Let me say off. Right. I really hope this is my colour because on camera it looks quite light. Let's just blend it. It's all about the blending. How about that? I don't know if you can tell the difference. It's actually pretty good, so let me just apply it to the other side. It's just fully lifting my under eyes there. It's got decent coverage there too, Like with a sponge, it wipes off half your makeup, so you have to dab it carefully. But it's actually doing quite good. So the amount that comes out of the concealer is good because I only needed one stroke really of the concealer, and I'm really happy with that. And I definitely recommend this, saying it's only $3.99 from Aldi. Go for it. This is doing me a lot of favours. It's brightening all my areas out. Okay, I don't know, I had a lot there. I actually thought this concealer would be too bright for me and that it'd make me look grey, but it's not too bad. I guess it's a bit on my chin, but I'll sort out. But otherwise, my under eyes and forehead are looking great. Just make sure I blend it down to my neck too. I find it so hard to find foundations, especially for my neck colour. It's like one day I'll be a perfect match, the next day my foundation will change. It's like I need a different foundation for each season because my skin tone changes all the time, and also it goes from oily to dry whenever it feels like now. It was always been oily until recently. Just put it onto my eyes. I'm just going to set it. I will do the eyeshadow towards the end. I'm very happy and excited about this, and this is now going to be one of my go-tos. Definitely recommend this. Very high suggestion, and it feels amazing on the skin and it's not irritating. It feels like it blends in perfect. So I highly recommend this. I love it, even if it's a dupe or not. I'm obsessed with this now, my new obsession. So I couldn't find any setting powder in the store, so I'm just going to go ahead and powder my face with another brand. Now that I've powdered my face, for what it's worth, it's definitely worth it, the primer and the concealer, and my face does look very glowy, which is a good thing. It doesn't look cakey at all, even after setting it. I'm going to go in with a Cheeky Cheek palette, and this was $4.99, and it has a bronzer, highlighter and brush in it. So let's go test it. My throat. Let's go test it out. This is a dupe from a very high brand, but I don't know which brand and don't know what this is a copy of, so if you do know, let me know. But I do love the packaging. It looks really nice, so I can't wait to see what's inside. Gosh, I think the worst thing is I haven't got nails, so it's hard for me to take it off. Okay, are we ready? Are we ready? No, I can't take it out. It doesn't. How pretty is that? I really like this. Oh, it's beautiful. It's got its own mirror, and the only thing I'm not too keen on is the blush. It's not the kind of colour I would go for, but I will test it out to see how it looks. Who knows, I may really like it. It doesn't come with the brush, so I'm just going to swatch it. I don't know if you can even like tell. It's got kind of like a tan colour to it, and let's test the highlight. Okay, that highlight is popping. It is very pigmented, not complaining. Can't wait to test it out. Now let's test the blush out, since I'm not very keen on it. See, the blush to me doesn't really look like a blush. It looks more like a pinky highlight. So I'm not too keen on that. But again, let's test it out. Never know. Okay, so I've just started my brush into there and it's just gone everywhere. So it is very pigmented. Oops. It's a bit too tanned for me. Like, I'm using it as a bronzer. It's not too harsh, not too dark, not too light, and it does bronzer up my face quite well if you want to go for a simple look. So it's not that heavy, so actually it is pretty good. It's just not what I expected. But for what it's worth, again, yeah, it's spot on. I've got so many hairs that just fly about whenever they want. My little hair strands. Do you mind? I'm recording on YouTube. From Aldi? Right. Alright, okay, bye. So I'm going to go back on the sponge just to soften up them lines. I'm just going to quickly bake my face with the Revolution banana powder. I'm not going to put a lot on, I just want to set my under eye mainly. The next one that I'm going to go into is the blush. The only reason I'm not too keen on this one is because it's more shimmer, it's not really matte, and I go for a matte blush, but I never know until I've tried it out. I can't tell if it's even applied. Actually, I can a bit, and I'm not really liking it. I think if you want a more natural look when you go out, then this is something which might be your cup of tea, because it's not mine, because I like my blushes more matte. However, with the shimmer it does look more natural, and I've got really nothing much to say to that. It's more shimmer and you can't really tell the pink, like you can't tell it's the colour pink, you could only see a bit of the shimmer. And I'm looking into my mirror, I actually can't see no pink at all. I can see more shine, more highlight. Highlight time. I think usually when companies come out with highlighters, they usually go for like a pink one or basically just a coloured one, and this is really nice. Okay, I've put too much there and it's not even blending out. Right, I need more powder brush. So it's very pigmented, so I need to be careful with how much I put on. I'm putting a bit too much shine on my head. Right, let me just brush off this baking powder now. I'm really liking this. It's giving me that pop and it's not coloured, and as you all know, I don't really go for this natural. I really like my pink cheeks. Only problem is that it does get messy and a lot of the powders just get a bit everywhere, so just be careful. Now it's time for the eyeshadow, and obviously I had to get all three of them. So these are the dupes of the Urban Decay palette. So these palettes were $5.99 each, which is pretty cheap. Obviously the packaging is not the same as Urban Decay, but I guess the Urban Decay one would be very expensive to make. And I'm choosing the Naturals palette because it's more neutral tones, and I guess that's the kind of look I want to go for today. This is more smoky look, and there's two. Actually that's more natural too. This has got warm tones in it. So this is a dupe of the Naked Heat palette from Urban Decay. If the lighting has changed and my position's changed, sorry about that. The camera battery did die. So the eyeshadows do look really nice, and I just hope they are very pigmented, because apparently the actual Urban Decay one, everyone kept complaining about how it wasn't pigmented or how the shimmers weren't that shimmery and not that strong and bold, so you couldn't really see the glitter on your eyes when it was applied. So let's just see if this is any better. So for my outer corner I am going to go with the shade Latte. This does come with a brush. I got one for the crease, and one's quite thick and one's quite flary. Right, so that is pigmented. I'm very pleased with that for what it is. Now I'm going to go in the shade Brick. So far so good. It's there, it's pigmented, it applies really good, the brush is really good too. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with a darker colour. This is more of a dark red, so hopefully it'd be able to stand out. Right, so now I'm going to go in with Merlot. Now back with Latte, I'm just going to add that bit more colour and blend it in with the red. So now that I've done some simple eyeshadow, I'm just going to go in with the Lacura Radiant Concealer again and do a cut crease. Oh my god, that took a long time, and I don't even know if they evened or not. It's been such a long time since I've done eyeshadow, but hopefully it is all gonna do well. And I am going to go in now with the shade, well, Shimmer Rose Quartz. Some people like using their fingers to put the shimmers on. I prefer a brush. I like to go in after, if I need to, with my finger. I wish they had a lighter. Actually, you know what, I've just realised they do. I thought it was a matte shade and they don't. It's not. It's the colour Ivory, which is a white shimmer. I wish I went for that, but I might put it on top to see how it looks. Just added a bit of that ivory on top. Okay, now let's blend back in that corner with the Sarai. Surprisingly, since they're really pigmented, they've not gone to my cheek at all. So I'm happy about that. And now I'm going to put the eyeshadow underneath my eyes. And we're just going to use that lens. I think it'll be much easier. So now in the inner corner, I'm going to go back to the Cheeky Cheeks palette and go in for the highlight. And I'm going to apply that on my inner corner and eyebrow. I am very pleased with this palette and can't wait to use the rest too. It is very pigmented, all the colours is as true as it says, and they stay to the colour, and the glitter is very pigmented too. Has anyone tried what everyone's doing now? They heat the curler with a hairdryer and then put it on their lashes. I tried it once and it did work, but I had that fear of, oh, I'm gonna burn my eyelashes. And luckily I really like my eyelashes, so I do not want that to happen. Now I'm going to go in with my Kiko. I did not get mascara from there because there was none, so I'm going to go in with my favourite mascara, the Kiko. I don't think I'm going to apply false eyelashes because I really like my lashes the way they are. Why did I have to do that? Why did I have to? You know what? That was the one thing I didn't want to do today, was put mascara on myself, and it happened. Right, I'm gonna have to let that dry before I take it off. Mind that. I need to do my bottom lashes too. As you can tell, the sun's come out now from behind me. I just want to show you that I bought the Lacura eyeliner too, and one thing, do not put it inside your eye, your under eye, because the day I did it my eyes just went really red and they stung a lot. So just make sure you do use it for top liner, and the way it applies is really nice. It's very fine. I'll show you. And because it's one of them brush ones as well, you can go from light to really thick. So if you want to invest in a cheap eyeliner, you can get that. And I also have the Lacura concealer pen, which I used in my birthday vlog, and that one sets very good and very fine. It dries really fast, so you have to make sure that you blend it in really quick and make sure you get the right colour, because I got one which was quite too light and it made me look very, very grey, and it kind of like ruined it and I had to take it off. So make sure you do get the colour for your skin. Now I'm going to go in with the Lacura lipstick in the shade June. So it's this one. And Mum got this, so I don't know whether this will match my skin tone. If this will match me. It's not really a colour I'd go for. It is quite nude pink, but it's quite dark and light at the same time. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm just going to outline it in a different lip liner. This is the final look from Lacura in Aldi, and all the dupes I think were very good, and I would recommend them for anyone who wants to buy cheap affordable makeup products. The only one which I wasn't that keen on was the Cheeky Cheeks palette, this one, and it was only because of the colour of the bronzer, which was quite tan for a dark skin like me, and the blush wasn't really blush. But if the way I was describing it is something which you want, you can go for it. Otherwise, I'm extremely shocked by some of the products and how I really enjoyed them and like them, how it set on my face. Ooh, I forgot to do one thing. How could I forget? Right, so I bought a Lacura makeup setting spray too, and I don't know why I forgot about that. So this Lacura setting spray was $3.99 from Aldi, and I'm going to test it out now, and look how cute it looks. I really like packaging of products, but I don't know, maybe I have an eye for design. Okay, let's try that again. Ooh, it smells nice. Okay. It smells gorgeous. It's like it has a rose smell. So I'm just going to see what they've put in here. It doesn't say what it has in here, but it does say perfume. So the smell of it's really nice too, and it's long lasting, and I can feel my face like nice and fresh, and I know it will stay in place. So that is the end of today's video. Make sure you do tap that bell icon to keep notified with us, and do follow us on Instagrams because they do a lot of polls, especially with the video I've just done now. A lot of you asked questions on these products and I've answered hopefully the majority of them in this video, and please do give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and do share with your friends and family. Bye!